Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Master of Orion. And we just finished off a turn and got a bunch of buildings constructed, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. Nothing we really have to worry about here. We've got an automated factory on Gammon 3. Not really anything we have to worry about here. We're getting our government support facility, which is going to allow us to get our morale up. Which is good, which means we can tax people more in the future and not have to worry about striking. And we got a civil transport, which we already commanded to start moving over down here to this colony, which is one of our more recent colonies. Okay, everything's looking pretty good at the moment. Redistributing our fleet. But mostly we're trying to get that tech out so that we can get things going. Now, Ptolemy 2 is really close to getting that terraforming project done. As a matter of fact, we're going to need that food production. There's nothing I can do about that. Can we get that production out even faster? I doubt it, honestly, at this point. As a matter of fact, yeah, no, we want that. We're just going to have to be patient. But let's go ahead.
Welcome to GNN, Galactic News Network.
The Alkari flock has grown in strength, spanning even more planets and showing no signs of stopping.
All right, looks like we just discovered a bunch of things. So we found Orion. It's way the F over there. And there's the Guardian. Okay, and it's behind this. Ooh, we might have exclusive access to it. So I'm going to assume that that tech that we unlocked gave us... Hello. Ah, the Bulrathi are across from here. And they do have a military outpost here, so it's going to be hard getting into this system. I wonder if that's their home planet. So we're going to have to keep that in mind for the future. But we have a couple other systems that we can see. And these systems do not have anything floating in them. I mean, we can see this here, and we can see this here. So they may be uninhabited. On the other hand, they may not be uninhabited. It's hard to tell. We definitely want to get into this system, as it looks like it has a lot of planets. But let's go ahead and... that's a pretty big fleet as well. Although, I think our fleet that we'll be amassing here will outmatch it. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got. So, we, with our research...
Our scientists have made a new discovery.
We have more command points coming out, which is why we're up to 33 here rather than 25, which is where it was before. We got the tachyon scanner, which is why we can see all the stuff we can see. And we also have a battle scanner, which is going to improve our energy weapon accuracy. I think we already have the better tech than that equipped to a couple of our ships, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. Let's go on to the update part. I'm not going to update, I think, any of my ships, as the only thing that we're updating is this computer, I'm assuming, which we don't need. And these are all ships that I can design myself anyway. Alright, so we've got our next tech, which I'm going to look at the tech tree because I need to make sure it's the tech that gets us this tech here, which is the multi-state insulator is what we're looking for. So to do that, we have to go through magnetogravitics. But to do that, we have to get artificial gravity. You can even see that. If you just click on that, it actually auto-cues what you, where you want to go. We already have this tech down here, so once we get through these two techs, we should be good. Okay. And a fleet needs orders. Which fleet is that? Oh, we have another civil transport. We're going to send that down to Gammon here, as we already have the other transport going to Ibis here. Okay. I see that fleet's worth 1,200. Where's our cruiser? Cruiser by itself is worth 1,800. So when these fleets come together, they will be better than this fleet, which only consists of frigates and destroyers, mostly frigates. And the smaller ships are vulnerable. From what we saw before, they're easily killed, whereas the cruisers are a little bit more hardy. Of course, if you focus fire on the cruisers, they will die. So, it's a toss-up. What's better? A lot of small ships or just a few big ships? You could argue either way. But now that we have command points, we might consider starting to build up a fleet again. So we had to scrap some ships. All we have over here is a destroyer and a cruiser. And all that we have over here is 2 destroyers. I said, 2 destroyers, a frigate, and, well, actually 3 destroyers. This one is a specialty destroyer that's specifically for bombing targets. So this fleet will be more or less built up. We probably only want to add maybe a flea there for a little bit of fleet versatility. But over here, we're definitely undergunned. So I'm thinking Seoul here is going to stop that project and start working on building up a fleet. So I'm going to build a Wasp destroyer here, which, trying to find the singular one here. There it is. Build. And then I'm going to build 2 fleas to cap off that fleet. Now, just to make sure what our ships are costing us. So we have 2 cruisers. Those apparently are costing us 4 apiece. We have a total of 4 destroyers that I know of, so those cost us 2 apiece. And the frigates, we only have 1. That's costing us 1. So that gives us a kind of rundown of how many command points that's going to cost us. So we're building 1 destroyer, 2 frigates. That should cost us a total of 4 points. And then after that, we might even build another frigate, actually, and send that down to the other fleet so that we get that versatility. Okay. So we should be able to afford 5 command points and still have plenty left over to do other things, send transports around and all that. So I'm pretty happy there. And I think that's more or less the only thing that we have going on. And right now, we probably want to get our morale up, so let's start building those as well. Now, we are a little bit of an issue with money, which we've had that issue with money. Matter of fact, do I want to... Seoul should be fine without the morale. What I might do is actually get that holo simulator prioritized on most of the systems here, as that will allow me to increase taxes, and increased taxes will be good for us. How is this going? This is going to take a while to build. I think I still want to prioritize that, though. So let's get the holo simulator up and put it right behind the terraforming. And we're already working on that in Geta. Gammon already is working on one of the morale bonus buildings. Some other things that we can build here is we can build marine barracks, which do help with the morale. But I think the simulator does more. So we'll queue that up. What else we got here? Research lab, colonial revenue service. A lot of these things are good, so might not necessarily prioritize them on the newer colonies. But we're going to try our best to get these things out. All right. Then maybe we can push taxes here with our other planets once those get built, and then not be as much in money trouble. Okay, so let's continue to progress. Alright, so we have another system discovered way out there, and I wonder if that's because of our fleet movement here. Maybe we were able to discover that. But once we get through here, we might actually come into the Bulrathi system and just wreck them because, honestly, we have to go this way. And, you know, playing the humans, you're supposed to play the diplomatic role because that's your strength, is diplomacy. But they're more or less boxing me in with the Bulrathi here. Now, if I go into the system and the Bulrathi don't attack me, maybe I won't attack them back. I mean, it's really tough, you know, to decide these things. But I have a feeling that this is their home planet. In any case, let's go ahead and continue. We do have a little bit of growth here with Gator Prime, but we're just going to continue to send that population out. As a matter of fact, we might want to slow down the population growth here. And then I'm going to queue up another civil transport here after that. Pollution is fine. We're not really having an issue with that. So we're pretty much good there. We're going to have some food growth here. But by the time we get to that max population, we'll have another civil transport out. So we're good there. Okay. Alright, so terraforming completed on Ptolemy 2. It did not get rid of the gravity, so that is unfortunate. And it's not giving me an indicator of what tech would do that. Could be any number of techs that would allow me to do that. I'm going to assume that's a little bit later on, so that's unfortunate. I mean, we're up to Terran, which is good. But, unfortunately, we still have high gravity, which really holds this planet back. Can we get this building built faster? Yeah, let's go for it. Can we get it built even faster? Yes, we can. All right. And Gammon 3 has grown. That is one of our new planets down here. And that growth has caused us to have some striking going on. So we're going to put some production focus here so that we get this government facility built so we don't have any more striking going on. We can actually use the full weight of our population. As a matter of fact, I might reprioritize this transport to go down to this planet instead, because I believe this one already has the government facility, so it should not have any striking issues. So we have 2 transports coming to Ibis there. Alright, one of our fleets needs orders. Yep, guard. That fleet took a while to get there, which is why we have our fleet broken up like we do. Okay. Terraforming completed. That's good, but not as good as we had hoped. Okay, continue moving. Matter of fact, I have to keep an eye on my transports, make sure that they're not, you know, doing nothing for us. Go ahead and unload. And make sure that population point goes where we want it, which is into production. Get that automated factory going, and then we're all the better for us. We're 1 turn away from having that building so that we won't have any more striking going on. And we're finally starting to get this population assimilated. We're not far off. We are having some striking. That's interesting. Even with a 90% morale. Not exactly sure why we have this striking population. Maybe there's just so much population here on Pyrrhus that you have that issue. But we will be working on this morale building right after the starbase gets completed, so I don't think that big of a deal. Okay. We have 3 buildings constructed.
I am the Emperor of the Bulrathi. If you wish to keep your flea-bitten pelt on your back, you'll give my kindred a wide berth.
All right, we're already starting with threats. That's the key to diplomacy. So we now have diplomatic contact with the Bulrathi. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. See if we can what we can do with them. Okay, so let's get an audience.
Hello, outsider.
And let's see what negotiations we can do.
Yes.
So we can establish an embassy. What would you offer for this?
You better look to your own, outsider.
Oh, is that a no? So if we say that, propose.
In this, there is understanding.
Okay, so now that we have that,
Yes?
we have a little bit of relations increase. So let's see what we can do. So we can share charts. I would very much like that because I've been bottled in. What else can we do? Let's just check here. So trade treaty we can't do. We don't have enough money. We already did that. Research, we also need, well, we need a ton of funds. All right. Well, we'll be able to get the trade treaty eventually. We could do a non-aggression pact. See if they'll do it. Or we could just do shared charts. Let's try the non-aggression pact first. And propose.
You overstep your boundaries.
So he said no. So what would make this work?
The hag's gifts are generous to those who revere her.
Did he just call me a hag? Alright, so he's asking me to pay a ton of money. And I'm not going to do... And give him a colony? Up yours. Alright, so that is not working. I can exchange tech with him. What does he have that I don't? Orbital shipyard? Huh. Okay, yeah. That's a tech I haven't yet tried. He's probably going to ask a lot for that. Let's I want his charts. I'll be willing to share my own, which I don't really care if he has. So propose that.
In this, there is understanding.
So he said yes. What is the... Okay.
Walk with the wild spirits.
Alright, so we've revealed 89 planets. That's good. Now we have an idea of what's going on in this in the galaxy. So he has a view of all of these things. And he has colonies in this system, this system, this system. I'm assuming nothing else. Does he actually give me an idea of what the planets are? Yes, I think. So this gives me an indicator that he hasn't been to this system or this system, but he's aware that it exists. Probably because the unstable warp point, he can't get to it, so he hasn't seen it yet. But now we've got view on a lot of planets, and it looks like a lot of them are not colonized. It also looks like that he doesn't have view on any other empire. He's got view on all of this stuff. He's been to all this stuff, but he hasn't encountered any of the other races. So we're going to assume that the other three races, at least I think it's three. Let's check that out. So yeah, there's 3 more races. The other 3 races are somewhere in this pocket over here that we haven't yet uncovered. Well, I'm not so sure how well this diplomacy is going to work for us. I mean, we're doing okay as far as how well he likes me. But it's not going too well. We're not able to get much out of that deal yet. Maybe if we get a trade treaty going, it will work for us. I'd find that interesting that we could trade with somebody through an unstable war point, but okay. So Gammon 3 here, built the building. That would be for the benefits of morale, which is great. And we're now going to be working on the research lab. I think the idea was to get the other morale building going. So, work on that. Not so sure I want to do that just yet, though, with these smaller colonies. So never mind about that. And we also have a building automated factory here. Gives us more production. And we'll go ahead and move this person over to food production, I guess. I guess I'll keep that up, whatever. And we're one turn away from being here. So let's just bring that fleet in there. Get that movement over with so we can get the idea of the strength of our fleet. So we've got over 3,000 versus the Bulrathi's 2,600. So if we wanted to go in there and smash them, we probably could. Again, the strength isn't necessarily a good indicator of whether or not you'll win, but you know, it's still a good thing to go off of. So we still have some striking going on here. Let's see if we can get some production going. Fortunately, this guy is still not assimilated, so just about everybody else on this planet is. Matter of fact, why don't we do this? We'll have this guy who is assimilated working. And then we'll just have this guy work food. There we go. Then hopefully we can get this done quick. Hey. You're working on ships. When you're done with that, maybe I'll have you work on the morale building. Again, it's not really all that necessary because the home planet actually gets a pretty big bonus. Although we're right at 100%, so if we increased taxes, theoretically we might need it. So I guess we can work on it. There's no harm in queuing it. We just have to keep in mind all these buildings that we build cost us money, so that is an issue. What does this say? Alright. Didn't we do that a little while ago? Oh well. Alright. Get that population over. And unload. Let's check out the planet. Doing pretty good here. We want that food production if we want to have continued growth, so we'll do that. I think things are going pretty well. And that does increase my taxes. Every time I get population points going places, that's a good thing for me overall. Which is why Gator Prime spreading around its population is a good thing for us. We got a research, and we got a ship. So we'll send that ship over here. Most of these ships are going to go over to this fleet. All right, let's check out our research.
Just a minute of your time, President.
So we have to choose one. Now, we might be able to get the orbital shipyard from the Bulrathi if we trade the tech with them. So we might want to do the moon laboratory instead. Although I do like the orbital shipyard. But this only works on planets with moons. I'm curious. I just want to see this mechanic and how it works. So if we get the moon laboratory, will it allow us to trade for the orbital shipyard? That's what I am thinking. I want to try that out and see if it works. So let's do the moon lab. And
Our
now
scientists have made a new discovery.
let's choose our research. And the one that we want is the one that's going to advance us towards getting this tech. So we want this one for sure, which we already have it selected. So that's good. Okay. Let's now go through the diplomacy and see if it will allow us to do what we just said.
Hello, outsider.
So, negotiations here.
Yes,
Exchange tech. Yes, it will allow us to do that. Let's try it. Let's see how willing he is to exchange tech here. And we need to give him something that he doesn't have. Let's give him the other tech. Let's see what happens.
you overstep your boundaries.
All right, so he said no. I don't assume he's going to ask.
Gifts are generous to those who revere her.
F you. Okay. Do we have enough money to try for a trade treaty? It was like 2 something. Let's just get a reminder of what that is, so that I know. Ooh,
Hello,
there you go.
outsider.
So for a trade
Yes.
treaty, I need 275. All right.
Walk.
Which we should be able to get eventually. I mean, it'll take us a few turns, but no big deal. All right, Soul Prime has grown. Just make sure that population point is where we want it. Well, I'm not exactly sure where it went, but I'm fine with it going into research, I guess. I mean, food production needs to be where it is, because if I take that away, we lose population. And I don't really feel like we need it in any other category, so we're good with that. Getting some more taxes out of this. Okay. Should be it. Looks like Ptolemy 2 will have that building completed first. Once Ptolemy 2's done, what should I have it do? Well, I guess just have it work on some money. I don't have anything else for it to do. Matter of fact, can we start taking guys out of here and not really lose turns? Yeah, we can do at least one guy. Get a little bit of research out of it. Increase that research time here. We're getting our terraforming going. Once Sol gets done with all this production, what I might do is get a civil transport out and send that over to Ptolemy 5. Okay, we're looking good. Alright, so the fleet is done. We'll send that over. Rest of the fleet. Another thing we might want, actually, is a space factory. And the reason being is I actually might want an orbital base off of that unstable warp point. So let's start building that. Take it a while, but once we expand out, we're probably going to need it. We're not going to probably be able to attack Orion for a while. As a matter of fact, I wish I still was able to view Orion so I could gauge the strength of the Guardian. I should have done that before. Oh well. Okay, so we have the Hollow Simulator on Ptolemy 2. And now they're just going to be producing money for us. I don't really see a reason to work on anything else. Other than maybe like missile bases and ground batteries, but keeping in mind that that costs us money to maintain. And we also have a research lab on Ibis down here. So just going to continue going through the buildings. Probably want to do a star base at some point so we can get our fleet bigger. So let's work on that. Let's queue that up. And I'm going to do the same thing on Gamut over here. Get a star base queued up. Although we might want... Yeah, that's fine. Okie dokie. Good. So far. Getting a little bit of cash out of Ptolemy 2. Don't really have anything else that I think I want. Matter of fact, we're probably going to want to go research now. Pretty much full on. There we go. Okay. Now we have a bunch of production, but we'll worry about that in the next video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.